mean, my whole philosophy with this thing has been all those software companies, I'm not talking about Go High Level. I'm talking about Apollo, Salesforce, all the big ones that have all these valuations that don't really do much for the user. Go High Level changed the game. And it's actually interesting. Blue Sky, Jack Dorsey, his new Twitter version is open source where you can make your own Twitter. So this is the new wave, building technology that's freaking amazing and then giving the toolkit to anybody to grow it. One thing that will make this work that we're not pushing enough that we're going to start pushing like crazy is the affiliate system. YouTube videos are amazing. Not many people do YouTube videos, and not many people do a lot of them, and not many people put thought into what to title it and describe it for SEO reasons. Most of my business has come from, I pay $20 a day on ads that just retarget you guys. I don't look for new people. It's all organic that comes in. And a big reason is from doing 60-minute, 2-minute YouTube video. We pay 30% for the affiliate side. But if you have your own white label set up, this is really what you need to be doing. Like, I don't know if this is a true statement, but I think it's true. You can't be successful in very soon if you're not putting your face out there. What if you're busy? You're one person. I've had people say to me, the only reason I am still sticking with you after 3 years when you don't answer your phone for 2 years is you're real. You go on YouTube. You're a real human. When they see all you guys interacting, they look at me and they're like, okay, he's busy. Let's not. And it's true. And it's really a lifesaver for you because it legitimizes you a lot more on what it is that you do and how you present yourself. I obviously made a lot of videos, but I'm going to go back to the earliest days because the earliest days was when I was more hyper focused and targeted. The very first one I made was merchant cash advance. What I showed in the database was how could you find merchant cash advance leads? And you have to do a little bit of thinking in the video for them. And the simple way would just be if you're a business needs money. And this is sometimes you have to sometimes show them not just how to drink the water, but how to hold the glass and actually swallow the water. After doing this for as long as I have, which has not been long, but 4 years, that's really what you need to do if you want to ensure that you are going to close deal, get paid, and not only get paid, but make sure they stay subscribed and pay you every month. Anyone that asks you a question, don't get on the phone. Make a video, edit it, take 15 minutes to record it, edit it, and download. Post it on YouTube, and then send them the link to YouTube. Because what are they going to do? They're going to subscribe, and maybe they cancel one day. I can find 5 of you right now that have been in our ecosystem since November 2022 and have paid and left and paid and left and keep coming back. We're communicating with you guys as a single person, not dialing any of you. This is the way that we can communicate fast and basically not only communicate fast, offer lower prices. Because if we're doing this in this type of way, you're going to be continuously able to outcompete basically anyone that has a massive team. And that's the whole mindset is if we can provide you the resources of $1 billion company with the technology, the infrastructure, there's no reason why you shouldn't be overly successful. And unlike Go High Level, you get to not just white label, you get to really customize how the white label works. It doesn't feel like a white label entirely because you might not sell leads. You might sell email credits in Go High Level. And now this data is free and you're just selling the email that goes with the data. And those are the balancing trade effects where these credits turn into currency for you, where this credit doesn't need to be a people credit or a business credit. You can equate that credit to maybe an SMS credit tied into the contact. So now it's bundled together and your user thinks they're getting an insane amount of value. And if you see here, actually, this is what we charged in the very beginning and we did well with it. We just scaled to expand the model. We were charging $300 for 2,000 leads a day. We were charging $500 for 4,000 leads a day and 5,000 for 100,000 a month. And I've sold more of these packages in 2 years than anything else because the data has always been good and the buyers are used to bad data. Now you have the ability to not only just provide good data, but provide it at the lowest cost possible and create the right value for each and every person that you speak with. You can't solve everyone's problems. A Primerica agent, I would feel bad if I charged $299 for because they're a little slower getting out the gate. They do well, they're hustlers, but my moral conscience felt bad. So I designed this so I can sell it to $99 for them. And that way I don't actually have to build the lists, talk with the data engineers, go into the back end of the system and build these lists together. Now we're able to lower the price where anyone can do it. And you guys have the ability on the $499 package to get 5,000 every single minute. With that 5,000 a minute, you can chop it up any which way you want. So I'm going to go log back into my white label. Under the agency customer plan, you can go create a unique plan. So I'm going to go, we'll call this solar intent. This is going to be a package of people who Googled solar What we can do is you have the ability, if you license the solar database for $4.99 a month, you get unlimited. You can then take and divide it by contacts. So you want to give them a daily amount of leads or a monthly amount of leads. It's up to you. If you want to give them unlimited, this is unlimited technically, you can charge them maybe $1,000. And what does that mean? You just doubled your money monthly. If you're paying $500 for unlimited and you sell unlimited to this person through your white label, you're left with $500. Let's say someone else wants unlimited. For $300 now, your download speed goes to 10,000. You see how easily it's scalable. And we're trying to be more of a structure application so people can do massive amounts of data transactions without having to ever leave the platform and go anywhere else to find a cheaper cost. That's the one and ultimate goal we are here to solve, is if we can lower the cost of moving data, you can always sell the data for the cheapest price possible. It doesn't have to be the cheapest price. You may have a model of being a marketing agency surrounding it, and you might charge them $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month. That's what other users are doing with this, with the value add. Like Akeem's charging his users to do Google ads on YouTube with music videos. That's why he has built the music audiences. And they're not just paying for the data, they're paying for the whole service tied into the data. And when you are showing a user all of what you're going to do for them, top of the marketing, it's a wild value add that people don't expect. But if you weren't going to resell the whole download limit, you can be at $1,000 a month. 60 minutes in a day. I'm sorry, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day. Now do the math to see what 5,000 times the amount of data speed you can, because the data is worthless to you as the user and to us. Your mindset needs to be the data is really not worth much, because you always need to access it, right? Like, how many of you have tried storing files and all these leads on your computer, then 5 years later you start from scratch because your computer is bogged down?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. To me, the data. This is what happens with the data, and for our agency. And look, I've had an agency since 2006, and we've had to pivot obviously numerous times. But this last one was amazing, because I can speak to a client and I can blow their mind. I can overwhelm them with the amount of data and what we can get, and intent data and all these different things, and they have no idea how to use it. And so it almost legitimizes or validates the cost of my consulting service as well. If you think, you want to just watch the videos and try it yourself with the custom audiences, whatever, you can buy the data products from me for one price. If you want our agency to handle it for you and help you maximize the data in all of the different ways that you can get people to opt in, and you can drop in direct mailers, and you can do custom audiences and all of those things, all of a sudden my fee for consulting is much more digestible, because you start to go, look at all these compounding sort of value propositions that I get, from the agency side. This has been a godsend. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and as Akeem just said, the value add. Leads have a stigma. People look at you very bad when you bring up the word leads typically. What I've been trying to, for all these years, is how do you provide a higher, like, my background's tax accounting, right? Like, I worked for 2 or 3 years in public accounting, and then figured out that if I just build technology in India, I can sell it to accountants. When I started this conversation today, we mentioned someone is interested in selling a virtual CTO service to a roofing company. And what does that virtual CTO service handle? What they would do is they would set up a new white label and basically be the manager of their white label. And they would manage all the databases. So if one day someone comes along and says, hey, I need you to make a database for all the new accounts payable because we added a new line item, sick day leave that wasn't taken, who knows? That is a very hard thing to do traditionally if you don't know how to do databases and data structure. I use CRMs as the example, where CRMs are very basic in how they work, but when you start a company, you typically just go to GitHub and find the open source for a CRM. And that's really outdated and not optimized, and no one really thinks about that part. With this, you could easily pop open a database of, this is Susan's accounts payable. We'll call it a table change and date it, because that's really what's changing is the table. 2023, wow, almost. So we'll say this is a data set of new uploads by account payable from Susan of the new 2025 form for reconciliation. And obviously I'm typing fast, and this is the full extent of what you can do with this, where you don't just have to be a lead person. You can go into a roofing company or any type of higher level revenue, $5-10 million revenue companies, and you're not coming out as the lead person. You're coming out as the one-stop shop that handles the data on everything, and even the intent leads if they want it. And not just that, you handle the distribution of it between all the people in the whole company.